Here's the full, natural, and fluent English translation of the script. It keeps the warm, intimate, conversational tone of Sarah Mitchell speaking directly to the viewer like a caring consultation. Full English script, ready for YouTube. Imagine waking up once again in the middle of the night with that uncomfortable pressure in your pelvic area as if something were tight down there. You get up, go to the bathroom, and the urine flow comes out slower and weaker than it used to be, almost hesitant. You go back to bed without feeling truly relieved, and your sleep stays broken. During the day, your energy seems lower, as if your body is running with less power. And when the moment of intimacy arrives, that natural desire that was always there now takes longer to show up, as if the circulation simply isn't reaching with the same strength as before. You start wondering if it's just age, if it's normal, or if there's something you could be doing differently. I'm Sarah Mitchell, a specialist in men's health, and I hear stories exactly like yours almost every day. Men over 52 come into my practice feeling precisely this: a quiet sense that their body no longer responds with the same vitality, and many believe it's inevitable. But I'm here to tell you with complete calm and honesty that a silent mistake is blocking male circulation at this stage of life, and understanding it can completely change how you feel. This mistake doesn't appear overnight. It settles in slowly, year after year, almost without us noticing. After age 52, the male body goes through natural changes. Blood vessels lose a bit of elasticity, the prostate may enlarge slightly, and circulation in the pelvic region becomes more vulnerable. But what really makes everything worse is when blood doesn't flow easily to where it's needed most, to the prostate, to the tissues that support energy, and to the areas responsible for intimate performance. It's like a garden hose that's kinked or has reduced flow. The blood arrives, but not with the right pressure. Why does this happen so often at this age? Modern life puts us into this mistake without us realizing it. We spend many hours sitting, in the car, at the office, on the couch watching TV, or on our phones. We end up with a rounded posture, the pelvic floor muscles barely activated, and the lower part of the body receives less movement and oxygenation. Sedentary behavior doesn't just affect the legs or the belly, it directly blocks circulation in the pelvis. Daily stress makes the blood vessels contract more, diets high in processed foods increase internal inflammation, and the lack of specific movements for the pelvic region leaves the blood stuck right where it's most important. I remember Mr. Roberto very well, a 54-year-old patient who came in saying, "Sarah, I feel fine during the day, but at night I wake up 2 or 3 times to urinate and I wake up exhausted. In intimacy, things don't respond like before and it's making me insecure." He was active at work, but he spent more than 10 hours a day sitting, never thinking about breaking that cycle or strengthening the pelvic area. When we explored it together, it became clear that circulation in the pelvis was compromised exactly where it most needed to flow freely. Symptoms like waking up several times at night, weaker urine flow, a feeling of heaviness or discomfort in the pelvis, and a slower response during intimacy are not just a normal part of aging. They are signs that circulation isn't supporting the body the way it should. Many men ignore them because they think talking about it is embarrassing. They endure it in silence and even start avoiding intimacy out of fear of not performing. But I want you to know there is no shame in this at all. It's your body sending a quiet alert, asking us to pay attention and make small adjustments that can make all the difference. When we understand that this isn't a personal failure but a silent mistake that can be corrected, an enormous sense of relief appears. You don't have to accept that your vitality is fading without doing anything about it. There are practical, gentle, and effective ways to unblock this circulation and help your body work better again. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about now, calmly, as if we were chatting in my office. Let's talk in a very simple and direct way about what's really happening inside your body. The prostate is located right in the center of the pelvis, surrounded by essential nerves and blood vessels. When circulation in this area decreases because of long hours sitting, poor posture, and lack of movement, the prostate and surrounding tissues receive less oxygen and nutrients. This can create mild inflammation, a feeling of heaviness, and difficulty for blood to arrive with full strength where it's needed, including to maintain vitality and intimate performance. The most common silent mistake is exactly this: staying still for long periods without activating the pelvic region. The pelvic floor muscles, which act like a support network, become weak and poorly oxygenated. Chronic stress raises cortisol, which in turn makes the blood vessels contract even more. Diets overloaded with processed foods promote inflammation, and general sedentary behavior makes the heart pump blood less efficiently to the lower body. Over time, everything connects. Interrupted sleep affects hormones, lower energy leads to more sitting, and the cycle keeps feeding itself. Another patient who really touched me was Mr. Carlos, 57 years old. He told me, "Sarah, the desire is there, but it seems the body takes longer to respond. It's as if the signal isn't getting through properly." Exactly that. Blocked circulation prevents blood from flowing with the necessary intensity. He wasn't sedentary in the general sense, but he spent the entire day in his office chair and had never thought about specific movements for the pelvis. The good news is that you can start unblocking this circulation with very practical and accessible habits. The first step is to break the cycle of sitting. Stand up every 45 or 60 minutes and walk around the house or office for just 2 or 3 minutes. This already improves overall blood flow. Gently stretch the lower back and pelvic area. Simple movements like leaning your torso side to side or making circles with your hips help a lot. The second step, and one of the most powerful, is pelvic floor exercises, known as Kegels for men. They're discreet. You can do them anywhere. The correct way is to contract the muscles as if you were stopping the flow of urine or holding in gas. Hold the contraction for 5 to 8 seconds, then relax for the same amount of time. Start with 10 repetitions, 3 times a day. Over time, increase to longer sets. These exercises strengthen the muscles, improve urinary control, increase local blood flow, and support intimate vitality. Many men report noticing a difference in their sleep and a lighter feeling in the pelvis after a few weeks of consistent practice. In addition, take care of your diet intelligently. Include foods that support circulation and reduce inflammation. Well-cooked tomatoes with olive oil. The heat helps release beneficial compounds. Garlic that has been crushed and left to rest for a few minutes before using. Red berries, nuts, seeds, and fish rich in omega-3. Drink water throughout the day, but reduce drinks that irritate the bladder at night. Right here in the middle of our conversation, I want to share something that has been a very helpful complement in the routine of many of my patients. There is a natural supplement made with selected extracts that helps support circulation in the pelvic region and overall male balance. It's not a standalone solution, but when combined with the habits we're talking about, many men feel more lightness, energy, and confidence over the weeks. If you'd like to learn more, the link is in the first pinned comment of this video. Take a calm look and see if it makes sense for your situation. Continuing with the practical changes, daily walks of 25 to 40 minutes at a moderate pace are excellent because they stimulate overall circulation, especially in the pelvis. Avoid crossing your legs for long periods when sitting. Keep your posture as upright as possible. Small adjustments like these add up and gradually unblock what was stuck. Let's go even deeper into the changes that truly bring results. In addition to Kegels and walking, try including movements that activate the pelvis more fully. For example, standing and doing light knee lifts or gentle hip movements. These are simple things you can do while watching television or waiting for coffee to brew. Stress is another silent villain for circulation. When we're tense, the body tightens everything, including the vessels in the pelvis. That's why I recommend setting aside 10 minutes a day for deep breathing. Inhale, counting to 4, hold for 4 seconds, and exhale slowly, counting to 6. This breathing helps relax the pelvic muscles and improves blood flow. Some men also enjoy short guided meditation or simply listening to calm music before bed. Quality sleep is essential. Try to keep more regular hours, keep the bedroom dark, and avoid bright screens an hour before lying down. When sleep improves, the entire body's recovery, including hormonal and circulatory, happens more efficiently. Keeping a healthy weight also helps a great deal. Excess fat accumulated in the abdominal area can increase pressure in the pelvis and worsen inflammation. Small changes in diet, more colorful vegetables, lean proteins, and fewer fried foods or sweets already make a noticeable difference over time. I remember Mr. Antonio, 59 years old, with great affection. He arrived quite discouraged, saying he was starting to avoid intimate moments because he didn't want to feel frustrated. After adopting daily Kegel exercises, walking, and small adjustments to posture and diet, he returned to the practice a few months later with a different sparkle in his eyes. Sarah, I'm sleeping better, the urine flow is more comfortable, and most importantly, I feel like myself again. Stories like his motivate me every day to keep sharing this knowledge. Many men feel enormous relief just from understanding that it's not a lack of masculinity or something irreversible. It's a silent mistake that settled in with lifestyle, and it can be corrected with patience, consistency, and gentle actions toward your own body. You deserve to live this phase with more energy, more lightness, and more confidence in intimacy. You don't need to endure discomfort in silence. Small actions repeated every day create real change. Another practical tip I give to many patients is to pay attention to how you go to the bathroom. Avoid straining or holding it for too long. Let the body do the process naturally. Combined with pelvic floor exercises, this helps keep everything working more smoothly. We've reached the end of our conversation, and I want to leave you with a true feeling of hope and empowerment. This silent mistake that blocks male circulation after age 52 doesn't have to keep defining how you feel. With a clear understanding of what's happening, along with simple daily habits like standing up frequently, practicing Kegels correctly, walking, breathing better, and eating more consciously, many men recover a vitality they thought they had lost. It's not about going back to being 30 years old, but about helping your body function in the best possible way at this stage of life, with more energy during the day, more restorative sleep, a lighter feeling in the pelvis, and renewed confidence in intimacy. All of this begins with small, consistent choices. You don't need to do everything perfectly from day one. Start with one or two changes that feel easiest for you and gradually add the rest. If this video brought you clarity, relief, or simply the feeling that someone finally explained what was happening, I'm truly happy. It means you're ready to take care of yourself in a smarter and more loving way. Please, if the content helped you in any way, like the video so more men can find it, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next videos about men's health. Leave a comment telling me where you're watching from and which symptom or doubt is bothering you the most right now. I read every comment and can bring specific topics in future videos. Thank you for dedicating this time to take care of yourself. Your body is on your side and responds when we give it attention with care and consistency. Take care of yourself with patience and respect. A warm hug, and I'll see you at our next meeting here on the channel.